It looks like Prime isn't able to keep away the Lord of the Rings fan base. So starting off today, we got something to talk about, which has actually been a thing for a long time, but I don't think Scross has touched on it since we did the teaser trailer, which I kind of got roasted for saying
he's
shit
emotional about it, and he had some wine, and he cares a lot. But it was just the teaser, so we understand why he got attacked.
So yeah, but the thing was too is like the way that people are coming about this is like, why touch something that's perfect? You know what I mean? It's one of those trilogies that I feel that just didn't need to be touched, and after watching the teaser, I am still not sold by any means. And there's a lot of people that aren't either.
I get what you mean.
So, but the thing is too, that's been going on for a while that I've been following and just haven't made a video about it yet, is the taking away of comments, and especially with the dislike button gone. It's for the last couple months, Prime has been on like full, I don't even know what to call it. Like they've been literally taking away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, and the thing is this has been going on for a while, and the funny part is they can't keep up.
It's just weird though. It's not even like, okay, I get it that they started doing that for political things, but now it's getting to its Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy. It's just like thing that people love. Why are we taking away people's opinions on what they think? Like, it makes no sense.
So I've been following a guy named Nerdrotic, who some of you might know on YouTube. He's actually pretty big, and he has a huge following for stuff about Lord of the Rings. And if you have any questions or anything like that, or you need to find out anything about Lord of the Rings from the books to the movies, this guy knows almost everything to do with it. But the thing that he kind of brought to light, and this is not the first time he's done this, he's kind of been doing this like weekly, is he's been showing proof that Prime is literally taking away comments on their videos. And just before we get into that, like,
so bad. Lol.
It's just like, even like he's like making fun of it, like that ratio is crazy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, that is bad. Like, that's not even like, oh, I wonder what people are going to think. We already know from this what people are going to think. And I don't have the filter to be able to show this, so I'm just using his Twitter post on here because obviously he has it. But to actually have 110,000 likes, which is a lot of likes for a video, but then to have 1.8 million dislikes on this video,
that's crazy,
is insane. And the thing is like, they're lucky that the dislike button is kind of hidden now, but people have obviously found a way to see it. But the other thing too is down here you have 55,719 comments, which I was like, okay, I don't understand why the circle's there. And the interesting part is when you go to the same page, same URL, it's the whole same thing. And this is after too, we're down to 44,712. So just a quick little peek at here. That's over 10,000 comments taken away. And I don't know when he posted this, April the 5th. So that was what, just over a week. They've taken away 10,000 comments of what people have been saying.
Why do I think people wouldn't notice that? Like, to me, I feel like that's just as bad as, you know, when some YouTube channels will do comments off.
Yeah.
So you can't say shit all. You're just like, this is it. Deal with it. That's kind of what they're doing. They're just stopping all the negativity.
And the funny part is too, like, you go through the comments, like, I think because maybe there's so many people that have seen it, and like you see the likes on the comments and everything like that. I don't know what kind of comments they're taking away, because unless there's what, for a week they hired someone to take away 10,000 comments that, let's say, that weren't appropriate for YouTube. Let's just say that. Let's say that's a thing, which I really highly doubt that's what it is. This is insane. To me, it's like, why are you taking the voices away of the people that care about this new creation by Prime Video, right? It's, to me, I hate the fact that they touched it. I really do. I do not like the fact that they touched Lord of the Rings. That was the one thing that I think for years I've been saying, if they make a remake or they try and make a adaptation of some sort, that like, that's the one thing I was waiting for. And they didn't make a remake. They decided to make a prequel story that really doesn't have a lot to do with Tolkien's writing. But when you go through these comments and stuff, it's not like people are saying like, fuck you to Prime Video for doing it. They're literally saying quotes. I think half of it is quotes from J.R.R. Tolkien, right? So I just think this is a really weird thing to do for Prime, and it shines a light on like who's working on this TV show. And because of the bad publicity that it's already got, I don't have hopes for this TV show whatsoever. And don't get me wrong.
Scary.
Yeah, I think 100 and how much was it? 1.8
The fact that they
million.
care that much, like you should just let it go. The fact that they care and they're already defending something that we haven't even got a full trailer for,
Yeah.
like that's scary. It's like they kind of know that something's iffy.
And don't get me wrong, we haven't got the full trailer yet, right? I understand that argument 100%. But what we've seen and what we're probably going to get, I'm guessing isn't going to live up to what the writings were for J.R.R. Tolkien. And as you can see here, the fans do not want it, and Prime Video is trying to suppress comments. And this is not just new. Okay, this is not something that's come out just yesterday or a week ago and stuff. This has been going on for since the Super Bowl when it came out, right? People giving all this negativity towards it, and Prime is losing hard.
Yeah, Prime got their feelings hurt, apparently.
Yeah, like literally you have someone like 10,000 comments in a week that you had to delete. Like
That's crazy.
You can't suppress fast enough with the amount of fans that Lord of the Rings has. They have a ton of the fan base is massive, and you're not going to be able to withstand the amount of people that are going to come through with this dislike ratio and comments. You're not going to be able to hold them back. And we'll see what the trailer, I don't know, there hasn't been a release for a trailer yet or like a date for it, but I have a funny feeling that it's going to be much of the same. And just good luck to you, Prime, because I don't think Prime's going to be able to keep up with this. But the next thing on our list too, which I'm actually really annoyed about, annoyed is not the right word to say, I guess. I would say I am upset. I don't know, Trevor, if you care that much about Witcher 3. I don't know if you've actually played it yet.
I wouldn't say so much about Witcher, just like, but the games and movies, I'm just over everything being delayed. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm sick of.
So Witcher 4 has obviously been announced about, I think, less than a month ago. And we were all like all of us, I'm a huge fan. I think Edwin's a huge fan as well of The Witcher.
Edwin really likes Witcher.
Yeah, like big fans. We've been waiting for the remaster or the adaptation onto the Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. I think it was said before, maybe it has in here, that it was actually supposed to be released last year, 2020. Yeah, it's here. It was slated to be released in the second half of 2021, and then it was delayed into the first 6 months of 2022. And now they have officially said that it's postponed until further notice, which means I highly doubt it's coming out this year.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a thing. I think we're going to be waiting until 2023. And the thing is, too, is like, poor CD Projekt Red. Like, anything they've, like, in the last 2 years has been great for them. Obviously, with the problems with Cyberpunk and...
Oh, that's them?
they made Cyberpunk, right? So they've been having a lot of L's for the last couple of years, and obviously this is just not working out for them once again. And I know a lot of fans are upset about this too, because it's 2016 is when I believe it was released. I think that's when I first played it, was 2016, and I've been waiting for a new gen to come out to play it on as well for a while. And then last year they announced it, got moved to 2022, the first 6 months of 2022, and now it is moved into Abyss. I have no idea.
It's so weird.
Yeah, Q2, and like I have no idea. Obviously they'll give us more information as it comes along, but with them having to work on this, they're still working on patches for Cyberpunk. I know they're still doing. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Do you know the reasoning for it? Like, why is it getting postponed?
And most
like movies, I understand, because they all have to get together and they have to, it's crazy with the COVID shit. But like now I don't get it why games are still struggling to hit their marker.
Well, the thing is too, as well, is that like I know a lot of people don't like talking about this because the biggest thing that kind of blew up over The Witcher was, or not The Witcher, Cyberpunk was crunch, and the hours that the people that worked for CD Projekt Red had to go through. I knew there was a lot of backlash for that. I don't exactly know if that's the problem where they don't want to use crunch anymore. They don't want to talk about it, don't want to bring it up. And because of them not doing crunch anymore, you're going to have more things like this, especially for a game as big as The Witcher, even though it is an adaptation onto the new Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. I just, they're going to hold the cards close to their chest. I don't see them being able or coming out and saying what the problems were. I think they're just going to kind of move back into the bush like that Homer Simpson meme. And then I think they're just going to release the new date or apparently the 6-month ratio that it could be in. I don't know. But it is sad because it is a game that I've been waiting to replay for a really long time. And, doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. In other news today, we also have Warner Bros. Allegedly waiting on the Secrets of Dumbledore performance before greenlighting Fantastic Beasts sequel. Now, I personally did not know there was a 4th film in the works or being talked about.
I didn't even see anything that they mentioned that. I thought this was going to be the last one.
Yeah, I thought it was a trilogy. I thought that's what the plan was. I had zero idea. But apparently Warner Bros. Is sitting there waiting to see how it's going to do. I think the movie will still do well, but so far the ratings for it or the reviews haven't been great, I would say. I think IGN, we're on IGN right now. I think they gave them a 4 out of 10 for the upcoming movie that comes out on Friday. Right. Yeah. What have you liked these movies or?
I've liked them. Like I'm never gonna say that I'm like a hardcore Harry Potter fan, but I do really enjoy them. I've seen them all. These movies, they're still fun, but I think I like them because I don't take Harry Potter too seriously. I'm just like, oh, cool, another like magic movie. But they're not the best. I did really like the first one.
The Fantastic Beasts, yeah.
Fantastic Beasts, yes.
See, and the thing is like, I think I made a video on it last week where like Fantastic Beasts never had an issue with capturing like the essence of Harry Potter. I never thought
it
that
felt really magic.
Yeah, like fun. They did a really good job on something like that. And it's like, but I also think it's very clunky. I think that they're having to do things like per movie instead of having a flow of a plan, right? I think that's been happening a lot, and with the whole Johnny Depp thing, which we'll get into later.
Jack Sparrow.
I don't know. I didn't think that there was a 4th movie. I also don't think there needs to be a 4th movie, and I think this is another thing that sometimes series that have a huge following don't realize is like sometimes calling it a quits at a proper time is more important than making all the money, because you're just tarnishing what you made at the beginning. More. Exactly, right?
Because you think like, oh wow, I'd like to imagine them when they were young. They must have had a crazy life because he's a sick wizard.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, you showed one movie, now you're showing another, and then third, and your plans for a 4th. Like, can you leave some of it behind? Like, it's already a good character. We don't want to show us something that's like, okay, now I don't really like this character as much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think they just get too carried away with the money, and they know that people will be excited to see it no matter what. But
that's the thing too, right? Too much
about the fallout.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Like Fantastic Beasts was good. I think all the movies were decent. I thought the first one was good. I thought the second one was it was okay. And now hearing what's coming up for this movie, I think that there's a lot more problems. And as you can see, the slope from the first to the third, why would you want to do a 4th?
Yeah.
This is what I don't really understand is like, you're already having problems with losing characters stuff. There's a great fleet of actors in these movies. Every single movie has great actors in it. I thought that the story was actually decent, a little kind of everywhere and stuff like that, trying to connect the Harry Potter movies and books with the Fantastic Beasts. There are a ton of stuff like that, and I just don't know if this is going to be okay to keep on going with.
Are there other Harry Potter stories that they could like totally make movies off of?
Cursed Child.
Because I'm just saying, why couldn't they just end it on the third? Like make it like okay, it's done, and now if you still want to make Harry Potter movies, continue a different story. Why does this one still have to be going?
Well, there was the Cursed Child, which is the book slash play that I'm actually going to be going to seeing in July in Toronto.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's about after the Harry Potter series, right? It's when Harry Potter is older and when they're all grown up, and it's more or less about their kids more than anything.
I would like to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they do that?
Because Daniel Radcliffe does not want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That answers my question.
So it's like, how do you make a Harry? And like, believe me, if they were to make something stupid like having Harry Potter as a different person, no, thank you, no, thank you. But like on top of this topic here, like it's just, I think 3 would have been enough, and a 3 has obviously been like, this is the end. You know
People
what I
are
mean?
kind of
Yeah,
not
they're already
excited.
done.
Yeah.
So it's like now you want to keep on going afterwards. It's like, okay, sure, but you also have to look at the fact that from the first movie you made for Fantastic Beasts to the one that's coming out Friday, there's been a big drop in ratings and revenue and almost everything. And you're also losing a lot of your actors too from exterior things, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know.
Is it 2 now?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it's just we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be going to we'll be seeing this movie for sure, and we'll do a review on it, so we'll let you guys know when that's out. But let's move on to the next thing, which me and Trevor really wanted to do today after seeing. So apparently Logan Paul is coming out with I don't even know what it is. Is this like a movie or is this a YouTube series?
Some kind of like documentary I think he's trying to make.
So
he's saying he made a masterpiece. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Logan or the Paul brothers. Sorry, don't get me wrong. They are they've for their names and for what they've done a lot in their life. They've accomplished so much. I'm not gonna go on and on because I'm not a fan whatsoever. I think he's not even gonna go into that either. But what he has done is they've created like I said, I don't know, a movie, a something to kind of go along after his boxing career that we were talking about before we started the video.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it's about. I didn't realize he also broke his hand, like you said before. You tell us about that.
It was after the Mayweather fight. Like, I guess he was kind of figuring out what's next and all that, and he's being a goofball. But boxing was still part of his like career. He could make serious money still in it. But he went to a bar, got drunk, did one of those like fighting machines where you punch something to see how hard your punch is. But he followed through, and instead of like going away, he followed through and hit the plastic machine and broke his hand. Probably a boxer's fracture.
So you can see right here.
Pretty bad. So, and I'm pretty sure it was displaced really bad. So he was in a cast for probably around 8 weeks, and I bet his hand isn't the same for boxing. So,
Like, what is this? Is this him in the hospital? Like,
part of this trailer is him saying, "I'm making 99 pictures in 99 days." So I think he's trying to have a bunch of crazy 99 days.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put any audio on and stuff like that just for monetization reasons, but it looks like he tried to do this thing where he goes absolutely nuts doing something every day for 99 days, and he's taking pictures of it, and at the beginning he talks about making it into an NFT.
That's where you lost me. I'm like, shut the F up. I'm sorry.
This guy is very, very accomplished. I don't like his personality. I don't like who he is. I understand why a lot of people like him, but I don't really know what the hell this is, but it seems to me like he's making a movie. Originals.com. I'm guessing it's going to be a movie. Do you know what? While we have everybody on here,
the way I see it though is that he's literally using his money to do really cool things that he's always been doing.
Yeah.
And then just like at one moment that he thinks looks cool, he's like, take a pic. And then he's like, okay, that's one day. And he does that 99 days. And then he turns all those into NFTs.
Yeah.
For stupid reasons. Like it, I get the idea, but it's not. Let's not pretend it's some big artsy fartsy thing. I could do the same thing, okay? Like maybe it won't look as cool.
Is he still doing boxing, or is that
He's
over?
apparently no, apparently he's getting back into it, but the reason it's been so long is because he broke his hand. And let's see how good he still is. I honestly think he's getting worse boxing. I think
Yeah.
where his brother actually is improving, Logan's at just kind of he's as good as he can get, and it's just his name that's hyping him up for these fights. He's eventually gonna get hurt, like he did with himself punching the plastic.
I still don't know what the hell this is. As you're talking, I'm looking. I'm like, I still don't know what this is. I think it's just gonna be something like a project that he's made for everyone to watch. Like frequently asked questions, why NFTs? Where did the funds go? No, I'm not even gonna go through this. I'm not gonna bore with everyone. I just wanted to make this a little quick thing for you guys to see. If you guys are Logan Paul fans, there you
Good for
go.
you.
Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But
That's
let's
something coming.
let's move on to the next thing, which a lot of people are talking about. And we're gonna try and use, before we start this, we're gonna try and use ways around saying names, because apparently there's a lot of monetization problems coming with videos of saying their names. But we'll get right into it. We'll try and work our way around as best as we can without confusing you guys too much.
One's Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
One's Mira from Aquaman.
Yeah, I don't really know anything else that she's done.
She
But
was in Never Back Down. She was the girlfriend. Nothing that important besides
yes,
Jack Sparrow's wife.
yes.
Anyways,
But that's what I mean. So JD, as I'll call him, is obviously in court with AH. That's what I'm going to call them. And there seems to be a lot of people on JD's side. God, this is going to get hard to do. So JD right now is obviously in court, and it seems that almost, and especially I was reading a lot of tweets and stuff. There's a lot of people outside the court as well, from all places around the world. There was one person that was from Australia that was in there, and giving support to JD. I don't think the one sider, like, I don't think there's one side that's innocent and one side is not, but I feel like there is definitely one side that's a little more let's say untruthful and truthful. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. There's one side that I would say is kind of truthful, and there's one that, like, there's so many things happening. And today we got this guy you see on the screen right here is the neighbor of, or the former neighbor of JD.
really?
and AH, and he's kind of just saying stuff about how, like, he hopes that AH gets help and stuff like that. But he was basically there to say that he never saw or heard JD doing anything. And I'm not going to go through it all. I'm kind of just trying to wrap it up. There's a lot more to it than just that. But as you can see, who we're talking about down below.
this is just a personal preference. Every time I see Jack Sparrow, he looks miserable, defeated, like you should be in like
Yes,
situations
yeah,
like
yeah.
this. And every time I see her, Mira, she looks a little
Like a bitch.
snobby, like I know I'm gonna win this. I have the court on my sides kind of thing. But it seems like it's starting to turn around. Who knows?
Yeah, and it obviously one side is also filing lawsuits against the other right now for defamation and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Don't know if you guys are super interested in it. I certainly am, because of all the stuff that JD has had to lose because of this too, right? Like we were talking about Fantastic Beasts. The reason why he's not in Fantastic Beasts 3 is because of what's happening right now. So there's a lot going on with this topic. Maybe through the week we'll put this in again for the news, just to kind of update you guys on what's going on. But for now, we'll leave it there. And if you guys have any comments or anything that you guys would like to say about any of the issues that we've said today, or any of the topics that we've said, be sure to drop a like down below, because I'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah. Talk drama with us.
So I hope you enjoyed today's news with Trevor and I. Hopefully we'll be able to keep getting him on. I want him to be on every day for the news now. I think it was really good for him to be on. So any last words?
Nah, just bring on more news
Yeah.
guys.
It's been actually pretty dead lately, so hopefully we'll have a bunch of stuff coming for you guys. But until then, thank you for watching, and make sure to drop a like and a subscribe down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. But until then, see you later, guys.
See you guys.